Hello everyone, this is Professor Maloney, and today I'm going to create a little video to demonstrate how to start Microsoft Word Module 1 project. I've mentioned to you several times already that projects are the second biggest part of your grade. If you remember, it's 50% for your exams, and there's 5 exams. There's 28% for your projects, and there are 12 projects. So they're very, very, very important to do well. All right, so you need to do, and by the way, to do well, you can upload each one 3 times. You submit them to MindTap to grade for MindTap to grade them for you automatically. I'm going to demonstrate how to download and how to work on the project, and then how to upload that project for grading. All right, so I'm going to do all that in this video, and it's going to be hopefully no more than 45 minutes or so. All righty. All right, so let's get over and share my screen. And share. All right, so now I want to verify I'm recording. I am. So good. I want to verify I've got my mic on. I do. All right. All right, so I'm going to go over to MindTap now. So let's go to MindTap. And we go to MindTap. All right, so in Word, Module 1 project, okay? And I'm going to start the project. All right. All right, now, you see that there's 3 files over here on the left side, which is like the first section. It says download files. So the first one is instructions, tells you what you have to do. The next one is a start file. That's the file that you must use with these instructions, and this is the one that you submit for grading. And then you have a support file. And don't look at the downloaded. I downloaded this on the 12th. Unfortunately, I was checking the quality of that video today, and the quality was very disappointing to me. I try to put a lot of effort into these things, and obviously, sometimes it's just the quality is not so good. So anyway, I'm going to redo it, but you can submit it 3 times for grading. All right, so I'm going to click this button first, download this one. All right, this is going to now be over here in my downloads. All right, now I want to download the start file, and it'll also then be over here in my downloads. And then there's also a support file. In this case, it's a PNG. That's a portable network graphics. That's like a JPEG. It's an image file. Okay, and that's a picture of a graduation cap. So you use this to insert into this Word document, the start file, when the instructions tell you to. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just right-click and say Show in Folder. Okay, and now in here, I have my files. So I'm going to open the instructions first. Okay, so here are the instructions. And I don't need to enable editing on the instructions, because basically the instructions are just going to show me the steps, what we have to do. Okay, now listen very carefully to this though. At the end of the instructions, they always show you a picture of what your document should look like. So down here, this is what the file that you're creating needs to look like at the end, or it should look like at the end. And there's that little PNG file, little graduation cap that you upload. So that's where it's going to go. All right, so this is that, and up here is all the instructions. So there's 15 different instructions. Some of them are worth 6 points, some of them are worth 7 points. Some of them have like just one thing to do, some have 4 things, some have 3 things, 1, 2, okay. And then down here, if we went again, a couple with 2, 2, 2, and then 2, actually quite a few with 2, and another one with 3, and some with only 1. But bottom line is you just do each one, okay? So I'm going to hit this, slide this against my left area here on my computer, and with a Windows computer, that'll then take half the size of the screen and display it there, okay? So now I'm going to go back to my downloads, and in my downloads now I want to take the important file, which is the start file. Okay, so this one here I'm going to go ahead and open up. This one I want to enable editing. Okay, And here I want to put this one on the right side of my screen. Okay, so now on the left side, I've got the instructions. On the right side, I've got what they're giving me so far. Okay, so this is what they're giving me so far. I need to obviously make this thing here look like the one down here. Make it look like that. Okay, so that's what I have on the right, what they've given me. Okay, and this is what they want it to look like. So obviously this picture is going to be dramatically smaller. You see there's different colors. It's based on a style. Okay, down here there's underneath financial aid workshops in small. They wanted in big caps. There should be Avery University there as well, and they want bullet points over here instead of like this. But you know, we'll do. I'm going to only do 4 or 5 steps. Okay, and then you can do the rest of the project. All right, so I'm going to go back up to the top. So it says to get started, open the file. I've already opened it. Okay, now it says save the file as SC_WD19. The file already has SC_WD19 _1A _1A _1A. It's all the same. First last name is your first and your last name, as you'll see in the footer of the document. So if I go down to the footer, let me hide this. Okay, it says this file created specifically for John Maloney. And I always emphasize this to students, whether it's face-to-face or MDC live, that if you work with another student and one of you does the file that's ultimately submitted for grading, and then he or she works with the other student to say, make sure you change this footer. It shouldn't say, you know, Jane Doe. It should now say James Smith or, you know, whatever for your name. That won't do it. Okay. When you download this file here, it downloads what's called an embedded key that literally is in the file. Okay. And when it's uploaded to MindTap for grading, it looks at the embedded key for the file. And in this case, it's for me. Okay. But if it was for, let's say, Jane Doe, and I changed Jane Doe to John Maloney and I uploaded it, they would send a note to the professor, in this case me, and I'll then see that file and I'll see the other file that the other person submitted. That person probably made 100 on the file, but I'd go back in and give them a 0 because they gave the file to someone else. And I promise you this will happen. Okay, so do not think you can change this and then cheat with your friend. There's an embedded key on here. It's an encryption key. So it's encrypted, meaning you won't be able to figure out what it is that determines that key. All right, okay. All right, now, so I'm going to do this work now. So now I've got to save this. So I'm going to do File Save As. Okay, and I'll send this over to, actually, you know what? I'm just going to download it to the downloads. I don't want to confuse you guys with all that stuff. So we just have that file. I download it. It's right here on today's date. I'm going to now do what they want, which is to change the very last part of this to the number 2. Okay. So look over here on the left part of my screen now where it says save the file as SC_WD19 _1A _ first name, and this is my name in this case, and then _2. And you do not type .docx because it's saving it as a Word document. So as long as you have Office 2019 on your computer, which is 365 on your computer, then you will be fine. Now, if you have an older version of Office, I told you from day 1 in this class, you should download the updated version of Office for free, as long as you're an MDC student. And obviously, you guys are in my class, so you're MDC students. And you will get 365 for free. Remember, it's from the library link in Blackboard, in my class in Blackboard. And if you click that, you can download it in case you have not done so yet. Because if you're using Office 2016 or worse, Office 2013 or Office 2010, an older version of Office, you're not going to have all the features that they want you to use here. And then you're going to be saying, Professor, I did everything, and either my computer didn't do it or I did it perfectly and I didn't get 100. Anyone that does it perfectly will get a 100. All right. Okay. So anyway, save it as a number 2 at the end, and then save. All right. So now it's saved accordingly. Then it says to complete this project, you also need to download and save the following data files. All right. So the data files is the graduation.png. That's that image file that I said you're going to have to insert into the document. And then with the file still open, that's this file open, ensure that your first and last name is displayed in the footer. Yes, it is. Every page has the footer. Go to this one. Yes, it does. Okay. All right. So it has that. But now project steps. So I'm going to go up here to the top. All right. All right. So the first step says you work in the financial aid department of Avery University, and you're creating a flyer to advertise upcoming financial aid workshops. Some of you guys may have been to a financial aid workshop. They're very, very, very worthwhile, right? All right, so begin by making the following changes to the document theme and the theme colors to match other documents from the financial aid department. So, you know, it's pretend, but that's what you're doing. All right, so first of all, they want us to change the theme to office. So to change themes, you have to know where you go in all these tabs on the top part of your ribbon. And one thing, let me emphasize, you don't start with the project. Always start with your training. The Module 1 project in Word is based on Module 1 training in Word. All right. Remember, there's 56 steps in the Module 1 training. You need to do all those 56 steps. I suggest 4 times, 5 times, 6 times to make sure you know them. And those steps include the things you're doing here. Okay. So you need to go through those steps. Then you come over and do your project. All right. So anyway, change the document theme to office. Themes are in the design section, okay? Again, you do your training, you'll know it. So then you click the themes down arrow, and we're looking for office. Well, here's office right here. So I click it, and now office is applied. If I click it again, you'll see that office has that grayish background. That's the one I picked, okay? All right. Now, so that's done. Then it says change the document theme colors to red. I'm still in the themes area in design. And here it says colors. If I hover, you see it says theme colors. Again, I do the down arrow. Look at the instruction. It says change them to red. You might say, oh my God, there's all sorts of colors. You're not looking at the colors. You're looking at the name of the colors. Even though this doesn't look like it's all red, this is the one you pick, red. Now, if you hover on top of colors, it tells you theme colors, current red, okay? I want to save my file, and I'm going to do this over and over again. All right, so I'm going to save the file. I've already saved it to my downloads, and now I just, you know, saved it again. So I finished step 1, which includes A and B. Step 2, change the margins to narrow to fit more content on the page. Okay, so we want to fit more content on the page. And you do this all the time in the real world, and you may do it all the time when you're typing documents that you must submit to some of your professors. But anyway, so this one is the margins. Margins are in layout, right? So you go to layout, but again, do your training and then you'll know where they are. So layout, and here's margins. Click the down arrow. In this case, we don't want normal, which is the first one. We want narrow, which is this one. So if I click narrow, okay, now that changed a little bit. You may not have noticed it, but it did change. So now there's more content from left to right than before, okay? So margins, and now you see the grayish background is behind narrow. So that's what I've selected, okay? I'm gonna, again, hit my save. All right, so I've done 1A and B and 2. Now, a big step. Make the picture of the students more eye-catching and suitable for the layout as follows. They want me to resize the picture to a height of 2.5 inches. This is a pretty darn big picture right here, okay? Remember, you can look at it in your instructions. At the very end, you see this is a much smaller picture now, okay? And you notice, by the way, I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, but see, this now has a bit of a reddish background, similar to this reddish. And that's because I changed the themes and the theme colors. Not everything changes. It's all, there were a whole bunch of different colors, if you remember, in the reds selection, and different selections, you know, headings versus heading 2s versus heading 3s, etc. They all have different designs, okay, based on what you picked, which was theme color red under office. Okay, so anyway, I'm now going to resize this picture to make it about like this one. All right, so that one's up there. Got to go back up to my instructions here. All right. Okay, so number 3. So 3A. Now to get into the picture itself so I can make modifications to it, I need to click on the picture. Right now I'm just in my Word document, but I click right here, and actually I got to click it again because it's not selected. See here? You see the resize handles? Resize handle, resize handle. So all the resize handle means I've selected picture. Okay. And when you've clicked on picture the way I have, then you're going to get a new tab on the far right side of your Word document, and it says picture format, and that's what we want to do. So we click picture format. You can't do it if you're not in, if you haven't selected the picture. Watch, I'll deselect the picture by clicking down here, and now there's no picture format up here. So click again, picture format. All right. Okay. So resize the picture to a height of 2.5 inches. Well, you've got to look at all these things. You know, do your trainings and see what it's all about. But obviously, you can see size is here. This one here is the height. This one here is the width. Okay. They're only telling us to resize the height. And when you resize the height, it automatically will resize the width. Okay. I can click on it and just change that to 2.5 and then put the double quotes. But let's just do it with the down arrow. Okay, so you see what's happening? It's getting a little smaller, a little smaller. I got to go to 2.5, and you see the width is also changing with each click. That's what they want. They didn't tell us about the width, but as long as you change the height, the width is taken care of. All right. Okay, so now we've done 3A. Next one, apply the center, shadow, rectangle, picture style. So now we're looking for picture styles. Well, you see picture styles here. See, adjust, accessibility, size, picture styles. And we want the center, shadow, rectangle. So these things over here, this says picture border. This thing here, picture effects. This thing here, smart art graphics. And here's the dialog launcher, which will show a whole bunch of things. But in quick styles, there's probably more. And here's picture styles, see? So I'm going to click the down arrow for picture quick styles. And now I'm looking for center, shadow, rectangle. So there's a whole bunch. So I'm just going to go until I see center, shadow, rectangle. Well, that's the rectangle, but not center, shadow. Okay. I'm not going to, talk too much. I want soft edge. I'm just looking for that one. Right here, center shadow. All right, so I just picked center shadow rectangle, which was 3B. So now it changed the picture style a little bit, okay? All right, now 3C, apply the glow 5-point brown accent color 6 glow picture effect. When I was hovering up here, I saw picture effects right here. Oh, picture effects right here, okay? And I'm looking for glow 5-point brown. So let me go into picture effects. Here's glow, so I click on glow, and now there's a whole bunch. I'm looking for 5-point brown accent color 6, so 5-point brown. Let's start up here, 5-point. Okay, it's 5-point red, dark red, 5-point orange, 5-point orange, 5-point brown accent color 4, 5-point brown accent color 5, so it'll be this one, accent 5-point brown, this one, accent color 6. Over here, 5-point brown, accent color 6. So this, hover one more time. Yes, that one. So now my picture effects have been done. So that's 3ABC. Hit my save again. Periodically hit your save. And of course, know where you're saving it, right? Because you have to then upload this file back to MindTap, which I'm going to be doing in probably 5 or, well, say 10 minutes. Okay, so maybe less. All right, so that's 3ABC. Now, draw attention to the flyer's headline paragraph, financial aid workshops. Well, so this is a headline, and they're calling it a paragraph, but that means this is not it. So this is what they want. So in here, they want me to do some stuff now. All right, so change the paragraph spacing before. Okay, so I've selected financial aid workshops, and now I'm going to go into paragraph and click the down arrow. Okay. And again, you'll get that by doing some of your training, right? Module 1 training. Okay, and they said change the paragraph spacing before to 12 point. So here's spacing. Okay, line and paragraph spacing. So I'll click this to come into my options. So I want paragraph spacing before. Let's go to line spacing options this way. So line spacing options. Okay, so here's paragraph and spacing and before. Spacing before, they want that 12 point. Right now it's at 0. So if I click up, it's now 6 point. Up again, it's now 12 point. That's what they want. Okay. Then the 4B says change the paragraph spacing after. So again, paragraph spacing after. This is 0 point. They want it to be 6 point. So that'll be 1 click. Okay, so that's 6 point. Okay, that's done. Now they want to change the case to uppercase. I can't do case here, so I'm going to just say okay. I've done those things. Okay, now case is in your font group. All right, so if I click my down arrow for font, these are things that are in it. Otherwise, remember there's a font dialog launcher as well. So if you just hover like over these letters, so this has increased font size, but they just want it uppercase. So that's not just increasing, that's something else. And this thing here is decreasing, like, you know, from 12 to 10 to 8, whatever. This one here is change case. That's what we want. We want it to be uppercase. So this one. So change case, and here's a choice for uppercase. Now watch what happens when I click uppercase on those 3 words. Boom, they're all big now, all capital. All right, so that's that. Then change the font size to 28 point. Again, you can click on it and just type 28, or you can click the down arrow and click 28, one way or the other. So now I've done 4. Okay, I'm going to hit my save again. This one was only a 1. All right, I'll do one more, this number 5. So copy the text, Avery University, from the heading paragraph beginning Financial Aid Department. Okay, so up here where it says Financial Aid Department, they want me to copy Avery University. So single click on that. I mean, you know, click on it and select though all. Not all, just like you can really double click on it to get it all. Let me just show you. So you can like in here. No, okay, it's only going to do that one word. So just to the left of A and to the right of Y. So just select that way. And let's see what they say. Okay, copy. So I'm going to do a Control-C on that. Control-C to copy that. You can right-click and copy if you want, or you can go in here, and then you can go ahead and do your copy from this, right? So there's a lot of ways to do it. So I copied it. Where am I? And paste it in the blank paragraph after the financial aid workshops. So down here. And remember too, you can also take this arrow, the vertical scroll bar, and look for it. See, Avery University is right there. It's still here because we just copied it. And they want it like right in the center underneath financial aid workshop. So if I click here, okay, that's where it's going to go automatically. So I'm just going to Control V that in, or you can paste it in and hit my save again. Okay, now I got to, on this one, go up. That was instruction number 5. All right, so copy that and then paste it. Okay, that's it. So I'm not going to do the others. There's 10 or 11 more to go, right, from 6 to 15. So I'm going to hit my save, hit my stop. So I'm going to close this now, okay? Close this, even though you can leave this one open if you want, but I'm going to close it, all right? I don't need the downloads anymore. I don't need, oh, this is a different, this is for my programming class. Okay, all right, so now I've done all the things on downloading files, but I want to see how I'm doing so far. So they're telling me they expect me to upload a file that has SC_WD19_1A_ John Maloney_2. Remember, don't worry about the .docx. As long as you're on a computer that has Office, whether it's Office for Windows or Office for the Mac, it doesn't matter. But you won't see the .docx, but you'll see the little word, the W for Word documents, right? But the main thing is to make sure it's got a number 2. Remember, when we downloaded it, it had a number 1. So I'm going to now browse my files, okay? And remember, I was in downloads, and I'm still in downloads. So I just click here to make sure. And so I'm now looking. So this is the one that ends in a number 2, and it's 919 at 254. Right now it's 919 at 256. So this is the last one. This is the one that I'm looking for. Always make sure. Oops. Always make sure that the file you select. Then always check the the date and the time for last modified, because you want to make sure you're not uploading the wrong file. Okay. And then you can verify again the file name and then say open. So now it shows the expected file name still, but now it shows the saved file name that that I just clicked on, right? And this is what I clicked on, so that's good. And now I submit it for a grade. That's already graded, okay? Already graded. So now, do I want the report? Yes, I want the report. That's extremely important. So it's going to the same place, my downloads, and it's there, so I can just click open file. And here is my report. Hey, I got a 30 points out of 100. Man, this guy can't do it. 30 points out of 100. All right. So let's make this big so you can see it all. Actually, let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger this way. Oh, yeah. There. You probably don't need that. But anyway, so I got a 30. Okay. And then the good thing is, see, it's got the instructions, even though this is my report, right? So you can now, though, save this file and then use this as a report to remind yourself of what you still have to do. So it says I got a check mark for the change the document theme. I got another check mark for change the document theme color. So number 1, I got 2 checks, and it says I got a 6 out of 6. So that means I did everything right on that one. Okay. Then for step 2, I have a check mark for change the margins. So again, even though it was only one thing, it's still worth 6 points. So I got a 6 out of 6. The next one was a lot more work. Resize a picture, apply a picture style, apply a picture effect. I did all 3 because I got check marks, and I got 6 out of 6. So 6 and 6 and 6, I'm at 18 points. Next one, draw attention to the flyer's headline paragraph. 4 steps, and I only got 6 points, but I got them all, 6 out of 6. Good stuff. All right. So I changed the line spacing correctly. It's got a check mark. I changed the spacing after a paragraph correctly, got a check mark. I changed the font case right. I changed the font size right. So that's all done. Now number 5, I also did, and that was only one thing, copy and paste that text that said Avery University, which I did. So again, I got 6 out of 6. Okay. Now number 6, I didn't get right. Well, I haven't done it. Okay. It says the date, Monday, November 8th, should be formatted using bold. So basically you would have went this, in the file and hit B for bold, right? Okay, so that's that one. And then 7, format paragraph, says whatever this is telling you to do, right? That's another 7. Then number 8, same thing. Whatever this tells you to do, you have to do it. 7, 7. They're all 7, 7, 7, 7. Let's see. Still 7, still 7. Insert a picture. This is that picture I told you about, but that's still 7. And then 15. Finish by adding a page board. So this is also 7. So, and then that's it. All right. So that's what you have to do, is now not just the 5 that I did, but go ahead and do number 6. Now let's pretend though that you uploaded the file and you also got a 30. Okay. So if you did, remember you uploaded the file from your computer, right? So make sure you save it on your computer as well, or a jump drive if you're doing it somewhere else. Make sure that you have that file. Then take your report, which is this thing, and see, oh, okay, I've done number 1, all correct. Oh, I did number 2 and it's all correct. I did number 3, I did number 4, I did number 5, they're all correct. Okay? If you didn't do number 6, see, rather than redoing the entire document, the entire, SC, whatever the file was, SC _ WD 19 _ 1A _ your first and last name, okay? And then _2. Instead of redoing it, just use the one that you finished, that you got if you did the same as me, you got a 30 points on it, and then go to the next one, the first one with the X. And if you can't figure out the first one with the X, then go to the next one and then do that one. If you can't figure that out, again, go do what you can, right? You can upload it 3 times though, so you can't just upload it every other minute to see if you get a better grade, because you can upload it a couple times safely, but then it gets to the point where you have no more tries. I mean, when you do it for the third time. So it's best not to upload it more than one time when you think you've done pretty well, and then use that file when you go back and take that report to do the things that you did not do the first time. All right? All right. I hope that helps, and I hope you are doing a great job in class. All righty. Have a great one. I'm going to stop our recording.